If you enjoy the Low Scale Gaming podcast, please leave us a like, review, and subscribe. Any feedback is welcomed, and I hope you enjoy the show. Hello, and welcome to the Low Scale Gaming podcast, the week of June 20th. I'm your host, Coastland's Finest, and as always, I'm joined by Conan Jones and Inferior Mage. Conan, how are you doing today?
I'm doing okay. I'm kind of uncomfortably full at the moment. They had the dollar conies at Sonic. That's what we had for dinner, and I ate too much. But
I also had conies for dinner.
We had like the exact same thing.
What did you? Okay, here's the kicker, because I'm pretty sure we didn't have the same drink. What did you have to drink?
We had Dr. Pepper in the fridge. That's what I had.
Okay, there we go. I had a grape slush and added cherry to it.
Yeah, see, we had stuff at the house, so I didn't even buy a drink from Sonic. I just got dinner. But excuse me.
Well, that was cute.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep those down. But
I know I'm pretty gassy too. Yeah. All right, Mage, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well. It's been a good day.
Good.
That's basically it. I don't know what else to say about that matter. I had fun today, and I love pho, so that was good.
I thought you said fun. I had fun today. I was like, okay, there you go.
Pho, the soup.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Oh, hey, we talked about that last week, didn't we? Or 2 weeks ago?
A while ago. It wasn't last week, but it wasn't too long ago.
So, y'all want to hear a fun story? I actually listened to the last 2 episodes of our podcast. Like, I kind of fell off from listening to ourselves just because, it's weird listening to myself talk.
Yeah.
But I listened to it, and we're doing okay. I like it. We're doing good. Doing good things.
I used to listen to a lot of it. I haven't listened to the last 2 episodes, but I was caught up maybe a month ago. So I'm not too far behind. And I actually really enjoy listening to our podcast. As weird it is listening to my voice.
Yeah. So, normally I don't have a problem with it, but I don't there are some times where it's just like, I don't want to hear myself talk. Like, we've already gone through this stuff. I don't want to listen to it again. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I'm weird. But
well, when I listen to it, I don't know. It's like I pick up stuff that I didn't remember.
Yeah.
Like, I forgot that I said that.
Yeah.
or I forgot we talked about this or something.
Yeah. Like, why did I take time to even comment on this? Like, why was Ghost being so stupid? Like, So yeah, Ghost had to go talk on the phone for a second, so we're just kind of vamping until he gets back. All right, so we just want to, I don't know, when we talk about something else for it while he's still on the phone. Everything with your week going all right, though? I mean, nothing super crazy?
Well, it's kind of my fellow week. Was it's been actually a really hard work week. I've worked several 12-hour days this week. Some of my cases had some surprising and unfortunate events happen in them.
Yeah.
So a lot of, because I can't really talk about specifics on what I do because of confidentiality laws and stuff like that. Like, if I was a psychiatrist, I tell you, hey, I had this one guy that was it was a hard listen to, but I couldn't tell you what we talked about.
Yeah.
Well, even if I didn't say their name or anything like that. It was kind of thing. It was just been one of those weeks.
So I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm kind of looking at going down your avenue of employment. I was kind of looking to actually finish that application today and got it submitted.
Nice.
So yeah, we'll kind of see how that goes. One of the ladies that used to work with my wife, she is actually, I think she does the same thing you do. So she's been talking with her back and forth about how all this works, just kind of getting her input on stuff. And she's answered and asked a lot more questions than I have of you, just because, you know, I'm a dude and I don't think to ask questions like that.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But she is like all sorts of gung-ho with trying to do this, because it, like, the benefits and stuff is just a way better package than anything that I'm going to get as a teacher.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Oh, sorry. That was gross. State benefits for state employees are really good. Like, I have a $100,000 life insurance policy. Like, there's $20,000 regular and then $80,000 supplemental for accidental death and dismemberment.
Yeah.
And I think I paid maybe $10 for it.
How much of that is something you pull that you pay into it after you get a check? Does that make sense?
Okay, so how much of what my check? So my check, what I get is I get a $625. What do they call it? It's like I get that much money to spend on my benefits.
Oh, kind of like an allotment.
Yeah, allowance.
Okay.
So I get a $625 allowance, but because you're married, you would get more than that. So whatever you don't spend, and the insurances aren't too, like, the most thing. What I use most of that allowance on is health insurance, because I spend $550 of that allowance on Blue Cross Blue Shield health insurance. My health insurance is awesome, and I like it. So,
yeah.
And I would highly recommend. They'll give you like a whole book to read on what it all covers and everything. But you'll probably get, since you're married, you would get more than I would as far as allowances go.
See, and that's my next deal, is like, because my wife will get good insurance through her school, but mine, like, since if I'm planning on doing this, she didn't put me down on her insurance because it was going to cost so much more on top of hers. So it'll probably just be me on mine.
Depending on what they say, if they hire you, because you can either get what I got from my allowance, or you can get more because you have a spouse.
Yeah.
You would use that, and it's not like unreasonable stuff. Like, I don't even use all my allowance on everything that I have. Whatever you don't use goes back into your paycheck.
Yeah, see, that's how the stuff with the schools work. That the school and the state paid however much of your insurance, and then if you didn't use it, it's just money you got to see and keep. But if whatever your policy was, that they paid that much, and you just didn't see that part of your check, which worked out pretty nice.
Yeah.
But so yeah,
so that could be pretty good for you, depending on what you do with the allowance. But as far as like all my benefits that I have, nothing comes out of my main check. My main pay.
So everything outside of that you have to pay into after you get your paycheck.
Yeah, if you end up spending more than what your allowance allots, then that comes out of your paycheck.
Okay, I got you.
But if you end up less, then whatever is left in your allowance goes into your paycheck.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Yeah.
It just depends on what you want. Because I mean, even if something takes out of your paycheck, you might save money in the long run with like doctor's appointments and everything else by having better insurance.
Yeah.
Because medical expenses bad. Like they're hot. You don't even think about it.
Oh, dude, no,
It's
mine are ridiculous. Like I'll be paying off that emergency room visit for a while. But
yeah,
I'm glad I don't have that problem.
I'm jealous of it. Like
I rode in the ambulance and had an emergency room visit, and didn't have to pay a dime of it.
Yeah, see, I didn't ride in the ambulance, thank God. But I'm
Paige
sure.
left. Paige is back.
Hello, I think he kicked me off again.
I don't know what's going on with your stuff.
Jerk Discord. But so yeah, that's kind of I get to deal with all that soon too. But
Hey, you know, I find my job really rewarding, even with like time the week that I've had.
yeah,
Where like we had to do a removal of a child and stuff, and like that's never fun.
no, I can imagine.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard on everybody. But even with that stuff, like the good stuff is real good.
And it's like my wife was asking me about that. So she's like, if I can handle that kind of that mental gymnastics back and forth with that, and I was like, you see stuff like that as a teacher, and
Yeah.
like you have to report it and you have to go through all the training and all the stuff how to deal with all that stuff. But I feel like being the person that gets called when stuff is like that, like you would see all the crap, but you would be the person that is helping out and helping to make that situation right. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, and that's exactly what I do. Like,
yeah.
And I go in after a removal happens, and I work with the families to get a reunification type thing.
Let's go ahead and jump into our fails of the week. Conan Jones, what is your fail of the week?
So my fail this week is just like cabin fever and boredom. Like all of our paychecks are having to go to moving stuff and for paying all that sort of stuff. So we haven't really left or done anything. Like we've been packing, and I'll just have to make like random trips to the grocery store for another loaf of bread or something like that. But
Yeah.
it's just setting in, and I'm ready to get out of here. Like I'm ready to be in the city where there is stuff to do and all of that. But not really much of a fail, but it's still just like starting to make me go crazy. So,
Mage, what is your fail of the week?
Oh, I talked about it earlier. I just had a really hard work week this week. Like I had several 12-hour work days, and like we had to do that removal of that child, and
Yeah.
it's just been rough. But I mean, like, I don't know. I have ways to get rid of like stress. That's like outlets and stuff. Like this is an outlet for me, but like other ways, and it really helps out with that for me at least. So it's not too bad. But it was just one of those work weeks.
I'm surprised this is an outlet, a stress relief for you. Like sometimes this is like the exact opposite for me.
Really? I love this. Like, even whenever we get on here and we fight, like that, what was that episode where we was making fun of your church? For me and Mage, we were eating that up, but I could see where it was probably making you. But
well, I can see like the logistics of this being stressful, like recording and stuff. But as far as like talking to you guys and like just like shooting the crap.
oh, Mage is saying he likes having friends.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. I like having friends, yeah.
Friends are good to have.
I like having friends too that don't cancel plans on me or double book things. Alright. So my fail of the week, it's actually all today. So it's like 95 degrees outside today. It's the first hot day in Oklahoma. So it's miserable. Mainly because my AC stopped working. Like I went up to it, and it's just like I have all the vents closed except for the one in the living room and the one in my room and my brother's room. But everyone, like, it is like I put my hand up to it, and it's like an old man trying to blow a bubble.
What?
Just like, and it's not even blowing anything out. Like, man, I want Michael Phelps' lungs blowing this AC out.
Yeah.
That's not too much to ask. And it's just I set my AC to 60. Okay, just so it would go down. It's 82 degrees in my house right now.
Yeah, you might have like froze it out.
Yeah, you also might have an issue with like how old's the house?
It's the AC. Okay, so whatever it's like an AC / heater combined thing. When the dude came to turn on my heater, he took a picture of it so he could show it to his friends. Because they have this competition on showing what the oldest heater they've worked on is. And he told me, he was just like, I think I'm going to beat everybody for a long time because of how old my heater is.
Because if it's 82 in your house, then that air conditioner's just not working.
Yeah.
I think it's time to get yourself a new air conditioner.
Well, it would be my people that I lease from or rent from. It's job to do that.
Have you told them that?
Yes, I did. I have somebody coming on Monday to look at it.
Okay.
It's Thursday.
Someone's going to look at it. I can understand them being a little stingy and not wanting to buy a new motor or anything. But
I guess at least they have somebody coming out to look. Is it just like another like a heating and air company coming to look at it? I guess
so. But I told them, I was just like, I told them, I was like, would I just be better off getting AC units in the wall, because the people who I rent from are like notoriously like bad.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, they're probably not going to like, they're gonna like make this thing like
just drag it out.
This cow like EA with Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
And just so I'm just gonna be sitting here in the miserable heat. Also, for dinner tonight, I forgot to put the fries in the oven, and we went to Sonic. And I came back, and my brother was just like, looked at me. He was like, "Why didn't you put the fries in the oven?" Like, what are you? I got mad at him. I was like, "What are you talking about? They're right there." And I was like, "Oh,
dang it! Why are you just telling me now?"
Yeah, I did say that too. I was like, "Why didn't you tell me before we left? Why didn't you say anything? Anything would have been better than nothing." Well, I thought you wouldn't have been as blind as you were. I was like, "Boy, you're about not to get dinner." No, I wouldn't. Listeners, I would not keep food from my brother. It was just a joke.
You can't keep food for myself. One of those.
Oh.
Nate's sitting there making a fat joke while also being a fat joke.
That's funny.
That was a pretty good one. Come on. We're all fat. We can make jokes about each other.
Yeah.
Goodness. All right. If that's fails, we're going to jump into numero uno.
Sure.
Don't sound too excited there, boss.
All right, let's go ahead and topic one. Mage, you can take the lead on this one. So this is what you want to talk about.
Oh. So.
Oh, yay.
So, an article came out about EA. EA did a, I want to say a press conference or something, and they're talking about some of their business practices, and they stated that let me pull this up for a second, that loot boxes are surprise mechanics and are aspect of gameplay.
What gameplay does loot boxes bring? Here's what I think it does. So, old Native American people love going to the casino. And just, I don't know what. Maybe it's just those blinking lights makes them, like, have some little seizure and it kind of brings them back to their glory days or something. But I don't see how in any sort of way possible loot boxes adds anything to a game other than adding money for them for spending shit on the game, stuff on the game.
I kind of misquoted it. I said that EA stated that they're not loot boxes. Like, they're not called loot boxes. They're called surprise mechanics, like in general.
I just even then, like, what's surprising about it? Oh, I got screwed out of money. That's surprise.
Crazy, right?
Well, in the article, Carrie Hopkins, EA's vice president of legal and government affairs, she compares the surprise mechanics or loot boxes to like Kinder eggs or something, like a toy where you don't know what's going to be inside, but it's going to be like a set of something.
What? Okay,
Like,
but at least with a Kinder egg, at least if I don't get something I like in the middle, I still have a chocolate egg to eat.
yeah.
On the other hand, whenever you get an EA loot box and you don't get what you want in there, it's just a giant turd sandwich.
You get an EA loot box and you don't get what you want, you lose the game.
Like, it's just such a weird deal because in of itself, like, we kind of talked about loot boxes before. Like, when it comes to loot boxes that are not, they don't affect the game, I'm okay with it. If it's all just cosmetic stuff, it is what it is. But once
I find that stuff fun, and like, and if you get duplicate stuff, if they give you some kind of like in-game currency that you can buy what you want.
Yeah. But like, no part of that, I don't know, the surprise mechanics thing is just, that sounds so stupid. That sounds like an old, like, congressman trying to understand what it is that's actually going on with these dadgum kids and their video games. I don't.
Dude, Here, wait. Here's a quote from the article. It says, "We do agree with the UK Gambling Commission, the Australian Gambling Commission, and many other gambling commissions that they aren't gambling. And we also disagree that there's evidence that it shows it leads to gambling." Like, they disagree of the evidence that shows it leads to gambling. Instead, we think it's like many other products that people enjoy in a healthy way, and like the element of surprise.
I'm not sure if I'm going to win this $1 million by buying this ticket. The same way, I'm not sure if I'm going to get a good skin or not from this random loot box.
The element of surprise, we enjoy it so much.
Yes. Oh, God.
What cracked me up is when it said, we also disagree that there's evidence that shows it leads to gambling. Like, we disagree that there's any evidence that shows that loot boxes lead to gambling.
There's no evidence. Like, you can't make this up, man. Like, I don't think we're probably too far off from loot boxes getting banned altogether. Like,
A-okay with that.
I'm pretty much
100%
in that with you also.
For me, it just depends on what's in the loot box.
The only people that I see that have really done loot boxes pretty well is Overwatch.
Yeah, Overwatch and loot boxes real well.
Like, because there's no really, they're purely cosmetic. And if you do get a duplicate, they give you the equivalent of whatever it is, like the gold for it. And you get one for each time you level up. I mean, you can also buy them too, but I mean, I feel like they're pretty fair. I don't think I've ever bought any loot boxes from Overwatch, but I wouldn't be like I know what chances I'm getting with it. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, you buy this, you get a damage boost increase, like how it was with Battlefield or Battlefront 2. Um, so loot boxes will always be a dumb source of income, and the quicker that we get away with it, the quicker we could go back to how good things could be,
and not have to rely on microtransactions and loot boxes and all that sort of stuff. Like,
what kills me is,
and the whole games as a service thing really just sucks, because basically you're paying for an incomplete game, which is different from the MMO model, because you pay $40 for an expansion pack, you get that it's split out a little bit over the year, 2 year gap that the expansion's in, but a good company is always releasing content within that expansion pack.
Yeah.
And that's different from the games as a service model, which Anthem tried doing, Battlefield 76 is doing, Destiny 2 is doing, and is now getting away from. It doesn't work whenever consumers are finally figuring out that, hey, I'm just paying $60 for a game that's not complete, and then I have to pay an annual pass to get this content still. This isn't right.
Something's not right here.
You can only pee on the leg and call it rain so many times. I think as awful as Anthem has been, it is the best model on how a games as a service cannot work anymore. The only good thing that Anthem has done is pretty much destroyed the genre of games as a service.
Fair enough. Like, I'm not near as vocal about Anthem as you are, but I think that at this point the proof is kind of in the pudding of it's kind of done more damage than good, for sure.
Yeah. What really gets me is the sports games, like Madden 2019 that came out, and you literally have to buy any decent player or win it off of like a loot box type thing for any type of player, because they do like little card packs, and that's how
I know my brother, I don't know why, he loves Madden 18, and he's always talking about his ultimate team or whatever. I think is what it's called, and I was like, how do you get these players? He's like, oh, I get them from these boxes. And he hasn't asked me yet to buy any of them, because he knows exactly what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
But it's just loot boxes are like, I firmly believe loot boxes are modeled towards kids. Like, 100%.
Yeah. I mean, they get their opening packs, and they don't realize that they're being screwed out of their anything. And the sports game people, they just deal with it, and it's awful, because basically, like, sports games are they just reship the same game every year,
right?
Anyway, but then they bar you from making a decent character or getting Tom Brady or something like that from a pack, and when you're shipping it off the kids that, like, hey, I want to play my favorite football player, but I have to keep opening these packs in order to get them. How is that not promoting gambling?
Yeah. And there's your $1 million problem right there. Like, you got the nail on the head, sir.
I mean, it's sad, because when you think about it, it's something that companies have done all their life, like Yu-Gi-Oh or Magic the Gathering. Card games and stuff in general. Like you open up packs and you hope that you get something good. But at least with those, like if you really want a certain card, you can go online, someone's going to sell it, and you can buy it straight up. But with the games, like they give you no other option but to open up more and more loot boxes. You don't have to gamble to get a good deck in Yu-Gi-Oh or something, but you do have to gamble to get a good team roster in Madden 19.
Yeah.
And that's
the difference between the difference between the cards like Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic Gathering and Pokemon and like the loot boxes is exactly what you're saying. But because with Yu-Gi-Oh cards, at least from my experience from playing it and buying cards, you were always guaranteed at least one rare card in each pack. Like always. It might not be a good rare card, but you're always guaranteed one rare card. And so it's and that differs from the loot boxes because, like I said, 9 times out of 10 you're getting turd sandwich.
Yeah.
And
so when it comes to your Yu-Gi-Oh cards, like with the time that I've spent with it, like you buy the packs. The packs are normally split between, whatever the deck that's being built that time. You know what I mean? It kind of has different categories of this.
Yeah.
But inside, like, they give you the odds of, it could have this much of this or this much of this or whatever, da-da-da-da-da. But you really don't know exactly what you're getting still. Like, it's still a little bit of a gamble because, you could have to buy 5, 10, 20 different packs of the same kind to get a particular card that you wanted.
Yeah.
So I feel like the same conversation could be had with that.
It can be, I agree. But on the back of because when loot boxes first came out, they didn't even put like the actual chances of what you can get or so and such.
It was just this random thing that was
on back of Yu-Gi-Oh card, like when you buy like the whole like booster box, like it comes in one. It's like in a booster box there's like 24 packs, I think. It says on the back of the box what cards you're guaranteed. It's like a bunch of rares, a couple ultras. It says like clearly on the back what you should get. Like there's always chance to get more. Now you don't know for sure what you're getting,
but it's going to fall in one of those categories.
Yeah, it's going to fall in that for sure. That's where it differs with loot boxes. That loot boxes didn't have to do that before these laws came. Like different laws from different countries came out saying, "Hey, this is gambling. You need to tell us what we're getting."
Yeah. I don't know. It's just such a weird thing still. Like, it's just going to be the Wild West.
It's rough.
But their EA's particular branding with this, I think, is the whole reason we kind of picked this. It's just like surprise tactics or what. I even forgot what it was.
Surprise.
Yeah.
It cracks me up.
The surprise mechanic is like something in Tomb Raider, where you're just like, oh hey, I pressed this lever and Indiana Jones boulder came after me.
Or like,
that's a surprise. Or like a trap door hit. That's a surprise mechanic.
A quick time event that I'm not ready for.
Is like learning how to learning how to do a special combo in a fighting game.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this works really well with this combo.
Like that's a surprise mechanic, not
loot boxes.
Oh, hey, I'm paying loot for this loot box. Surprise! Yeah. I got turd sandwich.
I mean, like that statement just shows like how far like EA, like how distant EA is from their audience. Like they just have no clue. Like they have no clue and no care on what the people think.
As long as people keep buying their stuff, like they have no incentive to change or do anything different.
Yeah, and this just proves that.
Like, I mean, that sucks that it's kind of what it has come down to, but that's what it's come down to. So, goodness. All right, want to jump to number 2?
All right, my time to shine.
Yeah.
Topic 2. So, yesterday, Destiny or Bungie announced changes to the Eververse. This is pretty good leading into topic 2. The Eververse is Destiny's there's loot boxes in there that you could pay for. There's also other stuff that you could pay for too. But they're changing the cost of everything out. They're changing the Eververse items, meaning that they're getting rid of Bright Dust, basically. Meaning that there's going to be no more games as a service. There's not going to be no more loot boxes in Destiny, pretty much. They're evolving Bright Dust. Let's see, where is it? Because it's we're changing Bright Dust from pay to earn currency to a pay to earn reward. We're adding Bright Dust as a reward for completing Vanguard, Crucible, and Gambit bounties. So before Bright Dust is the currency used to buy like the extra stuff from the Eververse. Before, Bright Dust was just you could just get Bright Dust from dismantling Eververse stuff and like a couple of the Eververse bounties. But now you get it from everything that you do in Destiny. So that means all the cool cosmetic stuff that you could get in the Eververse will be for everybody now. And then also another change that they're doing that's really good is how they're changing all the armor in Destiny. They're putting a lot of, you could put any sort of specs you want on the armor as long as you get it unlocked. So if you have an armor set that you really like, say like an armor set from like year 1 of Destiny 2, which my favorite one is actually the Eververse armor from the first season of Destiny 2. I actually really like that a lot. I forgot the name of it, but I just like how it looks and everything. You can use it now. So it's not going to really be about the stats that are rolled on the gear. It's just going to worry about the gear's power level and the gears and how you look. So all these changes that Destiny has been doing, great steps in the right direction. Now, another thing to say about why Destiny's going in a good direction, it was 2 days ago, there's a bot on like the Destiny thing. I can't remember off the top of my head what it is. Charlemagne. The Charlemagne bot is like on the Discord chat on like it's connected to Discord. It's a good bot for like any sort of thing. 2 days ago it said that there was over 1 million players playing Destiny on that 2 days ago, which is a great step because at the peak time when Destiny 2 first came out, it had 5 million people playing. Now, a 1 million to 5 million might be like, okay, the numbers are bad, but Destiny 2 is almost 2 years old. So a game that doesn't have any content released right now and not any like new content planned until September, having 1 million concurrent players is a great step in the right direction. And I'm not trying to ride this hype train saying that D2's back, but 100% D2's back. Shadow Keeper is going to be the best expansion I've ever played in my life. Destiny 2, game of the century. Put it in your calendars now. Just like with Conan Jones moving on the 17th. Put it in your calendars now, or 13th. Put it in your calendars now.
It was the 17th, he said.
Hang on, I have it saved in my thing. Where's it at? No, it's not YOLO. Days, there it is. 27 days is when Conan Jones returns.
It's a testament for how long we've known you that I knew exactly that you were going to go like 100% Destiny 2 is back, baby. I knew exactly what you're about.
100% Destiny's back. We back for good, boys.
Oh, goodness gracious. Well, I'm glad they're making some choices that you approve of.
Yes, it's all about.
They sound really good to me too.
The other thing that Destiny 2's adding is they're adding cross saves finally, so you could play. I can transfer my character pretty much from PlayStation 4 over to PC and play on my PC, which will come up in my wins of the week. My beautiful red big old PC.
That has yet to be named.
It has yet to be named. Well, I think we're going to do a poll for it on the Twitter page. See what we should name it.
I like
you guys. Okay, so that will be our ending discussion since we haven't had one in forever. Well, I don't know what time we're at. I usually try to keep these up an hour. I'm not recording though today because I got this new PC. I don't have any of my recording software hooked up yet or ready to go, like set up. Mainly because I'm lazy, but
I'm not. All right, we're sitting at like 48 on the recording, but some of
we're gonna have time for ending discussion.
I say some of it's getting cut out anyway.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. I think like 5 minutes is getting cut out.
Yeah, something like that.
Maybe a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But Destiny 2 is going to be good.
Heard it here first.
Sounds like it.
Game of the century.
Game of the century.
Game of the century. You can already put it down for its ghosties.
Ghosties.
Game of the generation.
Game of the generation. Ghosties.
The people's game.
I don't know how I'm going to top myself from last year's intro. Because I kind of pulled all the stops out for the last year's intro to the Ghosties. Oh, that was so good.
You got half a year to figure it out.
I know. I got half a year to figure it out and start making it. But it needs to be as good or better than what we did before.
I think we'll probably have a little bit more time to kind of plan stuff out. And now that we've kind of been through the maiden voyage, we kind of know what to expect now.
I believe in you, Ghost.
Yeah,
you got
thank
this.
you. Someone has to. But I think all these good changes that Destiny 2 has been making, just really good for Bungie. Bungie is doing the exact opposite of what BioWare is doing. Bungie magic is back. BioWare magic is down the drain.
Sorry, BioWare.
I have no hope for BioWare at all. And I'm just not going to. But, anywho.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and jump into our topic 3. Mage, what have you been playing this week?
I'm playing more Red Dead Redemption 2. And I found out that I hate its hunting mechanic.
Yeah. What do you hate about it?
Huh?
It's just like walking.
Yeah. Well, not even that. It's like no matter where I shoot the animal, I'm always going to get a good pelt. Like, I cannot get a perfect pelt. to save my life.
I don't
and
know what you're
what's going
supposed
on.
to do to get a perfect bow. I really don't.
Like I even use the bow. Like I heard that you're supposed to have either a small caliber bullet or use a bow, so you don't like put a big old hole in the hide. I get that.
Yeah.
But I shot a deer in the head with the bow, and I still only got a good pellet.
Are you supposed to shoot it in its head?
Yeah, I think so.
I thought you were supposed to shoot it in its neck.
I thought you're only supposed to shoot him like once and kill him in one shot. Or but I was looking online, and apparently some animals just have poor pellets. Period. Like, you actually have to look at the animal before you hunt it.
They put a lot of effort into that game.
Yeah, they did. And it's like, I can appreciate the effort you put in, but I hate this.
Yeah.
I still want to play it eventually, but
Oh yeah, you got to get a PC first or a PlayStation first.
Yeah, that's probably not going to happen anytime soon because poor.
Well, I told you I'm going to give you that one as long as you can fix it.
Maybe that just needs to be my new plan, just to fix that.
There you go. I'll reset it and everything, so you can. Or actually, it already is reset. I forgot. I reset it and reinstalled the operating system for it already.
So what was it doing?
It's just like being really laggy playing games. What is he typing? Anyways, Conan Jones, what have you been playing this week?
So they had an update for my Satisfactory game.
I saw you was playing that the other day on.
They added the tier 7 and tier 8, which added like aluminum and nuclear power. So I was kind of messing
What's aluminum power?
It's just another material. So like you can make steel and copper stuff, but then you need aluminum stuff to make the new technology and the new computers and the nuclear stuff. You have to use the aluminum to like make the new stuff's coming out there. In the process of adding trains to the game, just to get materials across the map faster, because up to this point you've either had to run conveyor belts across the map or set up like trucks depot stations where the truck comes by and picks your stuff up and drives it across, and you can automate your truck to drive by itself and it just does its route and stuff. Yeah,
that's fancy.
Automated truck driving.
But
the future.
Yeah, the trucks can only carry so much, and you have to add like fuel to the stop so that they don't run out of gas while they're driving. They don't carry a whole lot in comparison, but so the train stations should be some coming out at the end of this month. I think it was just really buggy, so they didn't implement it. But with the nuclear power stuff, like it just requires a lot of resources that I didn't have stockpiled, and I didn't have a base big enough to handle it. So I've started another one with the new stuff in mind, and I'm just doing everything kind of again with a bigger base in mind, if that makes sense. Because it's kind of a pain in the butt to take everything down and start over, as opposed to almost just totally starting over. So I just kind of totally started over. So
fun time.
Yeah, that's about what I've been doing.
Well, mine coincides with my win of the week, so we'll go ahead and because I got to do one more thing. Okay, I've been playing Overwatch, a whole bunch of Overwatch on PC. I've missed playing this game so much. They've added so many different things to this game since I last played. Like you can create your own map kind of things now. So I think one of the things I was like like just burning time into was this like the floor is lava, and with like Genji because he's a ninja, so he does this cool double jump and he can crawl up walls and stuff. And it's just so much fun just do it like not even like actually playing the game, but just doing stupid stuff like that. Really fun.
I never got into Overwatch. I know we've kind of talked about it, but
yeah,
no, it just wasn't my cup of tea.
I really liked it, but it was super frustrating.
Yeah, you get really stupid teammates. Like
sometimes there's like you're just up against really good teams,
yeah,
and you just feel worthless because you cannot do anything. You're like, well, I've lost. Why are we even still playing this?
I've had that thought a lot.
Oh, goodness.
I hate it when you're just like going out there and just keep dying.
We had some games of League like that.
Yeah.
Quite a few here recently where it's just been like, why am I still doing this?
You know what's funny about League now?
What?
Take me 2 years ago is how Conan is now with League, except that he's not toxic to people. And I'm like how he was with League. Cause I get on there, and unless I'm just like dying to something stupid, or someone's like inting on me, then I'm just like right as rain. I mean, it's fine. I don't care. It's just a game. But I think what's to get in Conan is that he's trying to learn a new ADC that he like new to him, and every time it seems like he's just got destroyed.
Yeah.
And I'm not putting it. I mean, I'm putting it nicely, but I haven't been able to like do my job as a jungler to go and help him out because I try to help every lane I can, like, but sometimes just I can't be everywhere, you know.
Yeah.
And I need to pick better lanes to gank and read the lanes better than what I do. And I think that's one of the biggest things I need to learn how to do better is learn how to read.
Well, and a lot of my frustration just kind of came from, like, why am I so bad at this? Like, I do decently with different people. Why is this change? Like, it's not that big of a change. But then it's just irritating.
Well, it's going to lose, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much, honestly.
So, just to give a little bit of background on it, Conan's learning how to play Sivir, and Sivir has besides with Lucian, has the shortest range in the game with like I think it's
like 350 or 400.
350? I thought it was 400.
I think it might have been. It was 150 less than Caitlyn.
Yeah, so then it's 400.
Yeah.
Because Caitlyn's is 550, and it's being the largest. Third longest. You know who else has the longest range in the game? Surprisingly, with Sivir or with Caitlyn.
Who?
My old main Annie.
All right.
I didn't realize she had such long range.
That is a story we need to tell. I'm pretty sure we haven't told the Annie story, but that'll be for next week.
We can save that.
Oh man.
Annie ADC.
Annie what?
Annie ADC confirmed.
No, when I played Annie mid lane at that tournament.
Oh yeah.
Mage doesn't remember.
No, I remember.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Yeah, you like died.
All right, stop. Okay. Yeah, Mage doesn't remember at all. Anyways, all right. So let's topic for this week. Let's move into life advice with Ghost. So this week, I don't really have much, other than there was this baseball brawl I saw the other day on the news I don't know if y'all saw this, but it was like a scene from a movie where these parents were fighting at a baseball game.
It's like a little league game, wasn't it?
It was a little league game.
It was a 9-year-old baseball players were 9 years old, and the umpire, and they were fighting over a call that a 13-year-old umpire made.
Yeah, this is how ridiculous this is. Have you ever seen the episode of South Park where Randy's fighting all the people at the Little League games?
I thought this was America.
I thought that's exactly what this was. Except it was like a gang fight with like just a big old rumble on home plate. I'm not making any of this up. There was like, people, stop taking Little League games so seriously. Your kid is not, like, no one is getting I saw this thing, whatever thing. It's like, no one's getting a scholarship today. There's no scouts here.
Yeah.
These kids are not. Like, win or lose, these kids are going to go to Pizza Hut afterward. Okay?
Yeah. They're going to hit up that buffet, and it's all going to be good.
That's what they actually care about.
Like, there's no reason to be this mad at a Little Leagues game. And if you're drinking at a Little Leagues game, again, what is wrong with you? Like, that's ridiculous.
Time to reassess your life here.
If you're tailgating a Little League game, it's time to ask questions. I can completely understand tailgating at like a football game or any sort of like major sporting event where there's adults at. But if you're out there at a Little League game having a spatula in one hand and a Coors Light in the other, something's wrong. Okay?
Man.
One, on your selection of beer. But two, more of just drinking at a Little League game.
You have to turn anything into an event.
Like, go and see your baby hit a ball maybe, or do something, or run. Just, man, don't make it. People are just so dumb, and I don't understand them.
That's like the understatement of the century. Like, people are just dumb.
Yeah, that's life advice for ghosts.
Stop being dumb.
I feel like a lot of these things could just be like, hey, stop being dumb.
Yeah.
Heart plays.
Yeah.
Just please be a better you.
Yeah.
Just be the you that Mr. Rogers knows you could be.
He believed in us.
Alright.
Goodness.
Let's go ahead and jump into our wins of the week. Inferior Mage, what is your win of the week?
Well, I got my very first Osage Nation tag.
How much was it?
It was $200.
$200.
So it was a license plate. It was a new license plate. No. It wasn't just the tag. It wasn't just the tag. It was the new license plate.
Yeah, my new one was $25.
Your new license plate?
Yes.
That sucks. I did end up saving like $700 though, because state tags for new ones, they put like a 3.25% excise tax. And since I have a new car, the excise tax would have made a tag around $900 if I bought it through the state.
Good Lord.
$900
if I bought it through the state. So I felt that $700 difference, because I called beforehand to ask how much it would be if I got it from Osage Nation, and I felt like a $700 difference was worth it. It was worth the drive to Pawhuska.
Yeah. Good God, dude, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, kudos on you.
Tags are super expensive. Like, I feel sorry for white people. $200 is at least doable, but $900? Nuh-uh.
I wonder
in what world is $200? I guess I'm just like the. I'm so used to like getting things at such a cheap cost, I guess, because being Native American.
Oh, this was a Native American tag.
Yeah, but like, how is yours $200? That don't make no sense.
Well, it was for the license plate and like the new title and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know. Mine was $25.
I don't know why yours is so cheap. Maybe you guys just have a different system going on.
I don't know. Maybe it's because it was a PT Cruiser from 2003 and not a new car too.
Well, I mean, our tribe did get massacred for oil, so they're on the rebuilding process.
Yeah.
So it might be a little bit to do with that. Way cheaper than the state, though.
I'm not looking forward to that. Like, I still have my old tag from whenever we left, and it's hanging on my wall right now. But like,
yeah, it's the state has it's a 3%, a little more than 3% excise tax over, and the taxes on the like what you paid for the vehicle.
But that's just because you just got your new car, though.
Yeah, it's just because I got a new car and it was a $25,000 car.
Yeah,
and 3% of $25,000 is like $830.
Yeah,
plus the sales tax.
That's just normal. Okay, that you didn't pay that because you're Native American. You paid that because you just got a new car.
Yeah.
Like,
so am I gonna have to pay $200 when I get a new car?
If you buy a $25,000 car from the dealership, yes. Most of the time, you try to haggle that into the dealership, where the dealership pays title tax, and that's part of your deal with the dealership. But I guess Mage didn't do that. That's what I've always done because that's what my dad told me. But
I got title and tax, but I didn't get tag. So I had to get the tag. The tag is expensive.
Yeah, that first tag is always the worst. So okay, that makes me feel better.
It's like $90 to renew, which isn't terrible, but
yeah, because I think my mom had to redo her car, and I think it was $95. But my dad's old truck from the '89, I think he said it was like $75 to redo the tags on it.
But they were like old, and it's like not worth nearly as much.
Yeah.
So like that 3% tax isn't terrible when it's like you only have like $2,000 left on the car.
Yeah.
But it's $25,000. It's a different story.
Yeah, for real. Oh goodness. All right, should I go next?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so my win, I guess, is just kind of packing. Like, kind of with my fail, I didn't really have a real win because I haven't really left the house to have a win. So we're kind of getting everything that we can packed up. Pretty much all of our kitchen stuff, like plates and cups and all that sort of stuff, is wrapped up in bubble wrap and old Walmart sacks and put in a box in the other room. And we're just kind of slowly doing everything, and it sucks. But I can walk all the way through my hallway now and not have to hit the bars in the middle.
Yay!
So,
all right. Can I please get a drum roll, please? Thank you. I got a new gaming PC.
whoa!
And it is really nice.
What's the specs?
All right. Let's read these specs off to y'all. It's in the Discord. Hang on. All right. So I got the graphics card is AMD R9 380. The motherboard is a Gigabyte 970A. I got a solid state drive, which means it boots up just like that.
Yeah.
The only bad thing about it's got four fans on it, but I feel like 3 of them are just kind of like blocked off a lot, so I don't know what to do about that. Anyway,
is this a pre-built?
No, I bought this off of somebody.
So kind of.
Oh.
The guy he got it from built it, but yeah, it's not one from the shelf.
Okay. You didn't build it yourself. You got it from somebody.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah. It's pretty good. The only bad thing on it was that the RAM was only 4 bytes of RAM. But me and Conan Jones figured it out yesterday what RAM to get for it. So I bought 2 8-gigabyte sticks. They'll be in on Tuesday. So we'll be kicking it with 16 gigabytes RAM. So I can be able to do stuff besides just like one thing at a time. What it feels like.
Living the dream.
Nice.
Living the dream. I'll probably start back up streaming. I'll start back up doing podcast stuff and everything like that. But yeah. It's pretty good. I've been playing Overwatch on it. I've been playing League on it. I've been playing some Final Fantasy on it. I've been playing a lot of games on it. It's just been nice to play a game, look over at the cooling thing what it's going at, and it sits at like 60 Celsius, 70 Celsius, which is like where it's supposed to be, and not at the 90 it was with my old PC. Whenever my graphics card was never built up to be handling up those temperatures ever anyways.
Yeah.
So pretty good. Like the newer graphics cards could handle hotter temperatures. So it's good where it is now with the 7 or I think it's what it's sitting at. It's hot in here to begin with. So it's sitting at 60 right now. But I have a bunch of programs open too. And then when I open up the game, it'll probably go up to like 70, 75 probably. But I'm not mad about it. It's fine.
What are you using to watch your temperatures?
Open hardware monitor.
Okay, that's like barely worked for me for some reason.
It's working for me right now. I'll read you my everything. The motherboard is sitting at 40, 45. The AMD, I forgot which card that is, but it's sitting at 30. Memory's fine. The actual graphics card right now is sitting at 58. Yeah, everything's fine with it right now, and it's hot in here, so it's working fine with me. For me.
Fair enough, then. All right, we want to wrap this pupper up.
Well, it's been pretty good, I think, this week. But all right, thank you guys very much for listening. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, iTunes, and Spotify at lowscalegaming. If you have any questions or a subject you want us to talk about on our next podcast, go ahead and leave us a tweet or email us at lowscalegaming@gmail.com. But thank you guys again, and remember, have a great day and have a better tomorrow.